How would you improve the AMG logo? Because this is how we do it. First of all, can you see the problem? The biggest challenge that we find is not in the text itself, but in the brand icon. The challenge with this brand icon is they don't sell land for commercial purposes first. The majority of their clientele is land for residential. So when they put this that looks like a skyscraper, it looks off. When it comes to the text, there's not much problem with the text, but then there are a few things that can be tweaked. So the font that has been chosen here, which looks like Montserrat, it has very glaring gaps between the A and the M. There's that, and then the M and the G has a weird curve there. The challenge with this is not the font, it's the letters that have been used in the brand. So it makes for a very difficult blending together of the text, because most fonts that you get, the A has an incline, the G has a curve. So how do you solve for that? And so in working with the brand icon, we have this. The brand icon in this case, we still retain the blue and the green, but then we make them bolder. They are a powerhouse when it comes to the real estate space of Kenya. And so make the green and blue bolder. The green being a nod to greener pastures and all, and the blue giving a very corporate vibe, but not very, very corporate like banks or other financial institutions. But this has been changed from a commercial space to a residential space. So residential spaces generally are wider than taller. So even the icon has done that. But we also paid attention to the AMG as the name. And if we could capture this in the brand icon, that would be nice. And so we have an A over here that is implied. We have an A over there. We also have an M that is implied over here. Can you see it? And finally, we have a G that is encompassing here. This G makes it feel very secure because they are very serious on the guarantees that they have. They don't want to give you stories of this happened to a title deed. So we wanted to capture the security and safety that the brand is known for. So this gives sort of like an emblem mark to the AMG captured in the small real estate housing space. So this still feels like it's part of real estate, but then it's a modern take to the AMG logo. And the text, then we have this. So we have less of an incline on the A, so giving a smaller space over there. And G is mainly flat on this font, and so it creates for a more optically balanced space between the M and the G. And so that we can have as much versatility as possible, we have the horizontal version that is going to be the one that is going to be used in almost all the spaces. We have a vertical version where the space is not as wide, so you have a vertical version of the logo, and we have the brand icon that can stand on its own on profile photos and favicons on the website and such. We also could have a pattern therefore created from the brand. So that would be the full color version of the pattern, and this being the monotone white version of the pattern. So all this built from the one simple logo, this, the brand icon and the text. That's it for the brand. Enjoy.